Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher for this week is Matt Kahn, and I'm also roping in Seneca for at least one thought together with Matt Kahn this morning. Let's get into today's message. In biology, the definition of environment is the place in which an organism lives. The area that it occupies is the environment. Thus, the environment includes all of the elements surrounding the organism. Living organisms constantly interact with their environment and adapt to all environmental conditions in order to survive. Today's meditation is a recognition of the fact that we all live in an ever-changing environment that we have absolutely no control over. And that we can be either unhappy when our environment doesn't show up in a way that we think supports us, or we can cultivate our own ability to show up at peace however our environment changes. So a few thoughts from Matt Kahn. He says, as waves of emotion begin to settle, we may ask ourselves, although I feel wronged, what am I going to do about it? Will we allow experiences of disappointment or even sometimes cruelty to inspire us to our most courageous decisions and willingness to evolve? Am I seeing this moment in a way that helps me or hurts me? Hey somebody, good morning. It's good to see you. Hello there. The next thought from Matt Kahn is, the more aligned in source energy we become, the easier each moment of transformation tends to feel. This doesn't mean that we are immune to disappointment or heartbreak or devastation. Instead, we are keenly aware of how often life is giving us the chance to grow and expand. A willingness to be stretched and recreated into a more refined form is a testament to the fiercely liberated nature of our soul. To the ego, the soul's willingness to grow under the threat of any circumstance seems foolish. It seems short-sighted and insane. This is because the ego can only interpret that reality as worry, anticipation, and regret. Hey Charlene, a very good morning. It's great to see you. The next thought from Matt Kahn is, once you no longer rely on outside circumstances in order to feel good, or, and this is such a beautiful sentence, or even require feeling good in order to be relaxed and open, something far greater than the tracking of ups and downs or of gains and losses awakens within you. This is the heart of awakening. Let me just read that little piece again. Once you no longer rely on outside circumstances in order to feel good, or even require feeling good in order to still be relaxed and open. I think it's so beautifully said. Michelle, good morning. It's awesome seeing you. Hello. Last thought from Matt Kahn for today. He says, whatever happens, love that. There is an analogy about working with gemstones that walks us through the process of picking up something in its unpolished form while recognizing that, to the eye that knows how to see, that there is potential in this stone, a diamond in the rough, so to speak. When we think about a polished gem, our mind creates the picture of a shiny end result while skipping over the steps of what polishing entails. And if you stop to think about it for a moment, you'll immediately remember that polishing is an abrasive action. The shine is only brought forth by the process of removing, grinding down whatever material doesn't match the surface of the end product. Which reminds me of this literal gem of wisdom from Seneca. Seneca says, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a human perfected without trials. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a human perfected without trials. Our willingness to accept the process of being stretched and recreated into a more refined form has a direct impact on the quality of our lives and on our ability to grow through what we go through. Are you willing to accept the constant change of weather in your environment as an invitation to grow and evolve? Ego almost always stands in judgment of the willingness to be open to the change in the weather. Ego even sees this acceptance as a weakness. But when I'm aligned with Source, which is to be found in my connection to my soul, then the change in weather is just an obvious law of nature. It tends to feel easier to deal with all of this. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll float away together. Today's meditation is called I Am the Mountain. Let's start with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling, and once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. While you continue your full body breathing, become aware of the rise in your body with every inhale. Every cell in your body expands. And as you exhale, become aware of how every cell in your body falls. while you continue your full body breathing, we'll have a conversation. The next time that you notice gray skies, or perhaps remind yourself of the last time you looked up and noticed gray skies. Think about looking up at these gray skies, searching for a fleck of blue and seeing nothing. Can you come up with that picture? Looking up at gray skies, searching for some blue and seeing nothing. Now imagine you were looking up at these gray skies at an airport because you're getting ready to fly. Imagine taking off from that runway with a bank of gray sky overhead. Low visibility, drops on the windows. You can see how cold it is outside. Once you take off, how long would it actually take you to ascend through this bank of gray? How long? When you take off with an airplane, how long does it take you to get to the other side of those gray clouds? Minutes. 1 or 2, 3, 4, not many more. When your plane pops up above it all, notice how the sun and the blue sky is exactly as it always is. It is never gone. Even when you feel completely disconnected from it, the blue skies are actually not that far away. It needs only time for the things that will naturally move to be on their way. This is the law of nature. It's a law of the universe. In your own moments of darkness, please remember that all weather is temporary, and that there is a deeper part of you that is as timeless as the sun. And while there are moments you might feel completely disconnected from your soul, it is never gone. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, For a moment, focus on your spine. See if you're able to tilt your head over to the left, while you tilt your hips over to the right. Curve your spine into an S from your head down to your tailbone. And see if you can switch sides. Can you tilt your head to the right and tilt your hips to the left? One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. As you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. So as you breathe in through your nose, feel the air flowing in through your nostrils. Try and feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, I want to remind you that our journey today is called I Am the Mountain. So as you take a deep breath, as you dive deep inside, bring closer your image of the mountain. Take your next big breath. I want to invite you to be as open and as playful with this experience as you can be. Invite the child in you to come and play along, and really open the door to your imagination. As we play the game of visualizing this mountain, I want to remind you of what happens in your mind, in your brain, in your body when you do this. Closing your eyes and visualizing has an effect on your brain waves. It's almost like when you go to bed at night, you're obviously going from a higher brainwave state to falling asleep into a lower brainwave state. And of course, sometimes while you sleep, you'll be dreaming and seeing imagery, visualizing imagery. That's an indication of a theta brainwave state. But we can also, to some extent, reverse engineer that. When we close our eyes and visualize, a very similar thing happens in our brain. We almost intentionally make the brain waves go lower. And all that really means is that your subconscious becomes more open and available to you. Your neuroplasticity actually increases. So the more you do an exercise like this, the more you are creating the circumstances in your brain for connecting new neural pathways. So let's have fun with this first part especially. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, zoom out from your mountain for a moment and fly around it. See it from top to bottom. In order to create as clear a visualization as possible, let me ask you this question. Seeing your mountain from top to bottom, how much plant growth is on your mountain? Is it 100% covered in plants? Is it 0% covered in plants and only rocky, or is it somewhere in between? See the picture of your mountain. Take your next big breath. We're going to first turn our attention towards the plants of your mountain and try and visualize as clearly as we are able to a very specific picture of the plants of your mountain. Find a sprout or a sapling, something for which you can just see the first green leaves appear. And now watch as this sprout or this sapling is nourished by its environment. How its environment feeds it so it can grow. Take your next big breath. Now we shift our attention to the animals on your mountain. And again, we're stretching our mind, asking our brain to come up with a picture, as clear a picture as we can do right now, of something very specific. Among the animals on your mountain, find a mother with her young and watch as they are fed by her, nourished by this mother. Create as clear an image as your brain will allow. Take your next big breath. Then shifting our attention to the birds of your mountain and create as specific an image as you're able to. Find a nest with a young chick or maybe more than one young chicks, and watch the parents of this bird feed it, being nourished by its parents. Take your next big breath. now for a moment imagine being this mountain. Imagine sitting like this mountain, holding all of this life that we just had a look at. What does the mountain feel like holding all of this life? The sun is shining and the mountain's surface is beautifully warmed by the shining sun. How would a mountain feel sitting in the sunlight? Take your next big breath. But what if the weather were to change? Would the mountain feel any different? If clouds rolled in and the sun was obscured, and instead of sitting in the sun, the mountain is now sitting in shade, would it change how the mountain feels? And if from these clouds it started to rain and the mountain becomes drenched, instead of sitting in sunlight, now raindrops are forming into rivulets and streams. Does it change how the mountain feels when there's a change in weather? Take your next big breath. Then when the sun goes down and the wind picks up, and what was just rain now turns into a full-blown storm. The face of your mountain is lashed by wind and water, and there's this howling loudness around every corner. Pitch black darkness surrounds the mountain, except for the occasional flash of lightning, crash of thunder. How does the mountain feel about this change in weather? Is there resistance from the mountain? Does it try to hold on to the sunlight? What does the mountain feel as it looks around at the storm raging around it? Take your next big breath. And the next morning, When clear skies meet the mountain, as the mountain knew it would. When the first rays of sunlight caress the face of your mountain, how does your mountain feel about this change in weather? A new day with clear skies. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back and even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time a few thoughts from Matt Kahn. Our meditation today, of course, is I am the mountain. It speaks about the changing weather that our mountain will experience, yet, of course, the mountain itself remains unchanged in the midst of changing weather. Matt Kahn wrote a book that tells the same story. The title of the book is Whatever Happens, Love That. Whatever happens, love that. And then I love how he speaks about the ego's reaction to this. The ego's reaction to the soul's willingness to love whatever the change in weather brings. He says to the ego, the soul's willingness to grow under the threat of any circumstances seems foolish. To the ego, it seems this soul is foolish, short-sighted, and insane. Because the ego can only interpret the change in weather as worry, as anticipation, and as regret. Matt Kahn says, the more aligned in source energy we become, the easier each moment of transformation tends to feel. This doesn't mean that we are immune to disappointment, to heartbreak, or to devastation. Instead, we are keenly aware of how often life is giving us the chance to grow and expand. We're keenly aware of the changing weather. A willingness to be stretched and recreated into a more refined form is a testament to the fiercely liberated nature of your soul. The last thought I'll share for today, Matt Kahn says, as waves of emotion begin to settle, we may ask ourselves, although I feel wronged by what I'm going through, what am I going to do about this now? Will we allow experiences of disappointment or even sometimes experiences of cruelty? Will we allow those experiences to inspire us to our most courageous decisions and a willingness to evolve? Matt Kahn asks the question, am I seeing this moment in a way that helps me or hurts me? We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for having learned how to find the mountain in me. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to trust that every change in weather is an opportunity to be stretched, to be molded, to be shaped. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to walk the path to my mountain on the easy days. The days when the weather's beautiful, when the sun is out shining and the path is easy to see. On the days when I don't feel like I really need the strength of this mountain. Thank you for learning to walk the path on the easy days. Take a deep breath in. When the storms come and I need the strength of my mountain, thank you for being able to find the path in the middle of the storm, because I've walked it so many times on the easy days. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for bringing your mountain into the circle of mountains today. Good morning, Maggie. It's great seeing you. Hello. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Sun Marie. Wishing you all the most beautiful day. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao.